My top two holdings, Tempest AI and Hims and Hers Health, both announced Q4 earnings on Monday after market close. In today's video, I want to break those earnings down, give my insights on what I think about them, and I also want to give a little portfolio reflection. I want to talk about where my equity has been going and the premiums that I've been getting from selling covered calls. What am I doing with that money? So let's get right into the video. As you see, guys, a brutal day for our portfolio, and not just our portfolio, honestly, the whole market has been selling off recently. Especially the whole growth sector and tech stocks have really taken a beating recently. As you see, we're down over 25% over the past week. And why is this? Well, our top two holdings, Tempest AI and Hims and Hers Health, has had quite the pullback. You had Hims have a crazy short squeeze up to $70 a share. Then you had a big sell-off followed by their Q4 earnings results, which were spectacular that I'm going to go into in a minute, but the market still sold the stock off. Same thing with Tempest. I was very happy with their results, but obviously the market wasn't. Yes, it was a double miss, but still, when you look at the long-term vision for Tempest, nothing has changed. As you see, Tempest is back under $60 a share, under a $9 billion market cap. Insane. A great buying opportunity. I would be buying if my portfolio wasn't built out, but it's already around 60% of my portfolio, so I'm not adding more here. Hims, now under $40 a share, under a $10 billion market cap as well. Hims was just at $70 a share, and now it's back under 40. Hims is so volatile. I mean, if you've been in Hims for a while and you've been following the company, this is not new to you. It's always been a volatile name, especially around earnings or GLP-1 news. So I'm really not surprised here. However, I have been adding to Hims recently around the $40 mark. I think it's a great buy when you take in their long-term growth prospects. Their guidance was insane for next year. I'm going to go into that as well. So let's hop right into the earnings for these companies. And I'm going to give my insights on it. First, let's go over the guidance these companies gave. I love to see this guidance. One thing about Hims that I was worried about after semaglutide came off of shortage was their guidance. I thought it was going to be slashed. I thought it was going to be revised lower. But no, they raised 2025 guidance by 50%. Insane. They gave 2025 guidance of 2.3 to 2.4 billion. Now keep in mind, this is a company under $10 billion market cap. It's really not expensive when you look at their forward earnings growth, and you take into account that this company has such a long way of growth ahead of it. So many untapped products that they haven't even released yet. Not to mention their two new acquisitions. One was of a peptide facility, one was of Tribe Labs. I expect Hims to bring a number of new revenue streams in 2025. Tempest gave 2025 guidance of 1.24 billion, slightly higher than the 1.23 billion that was shown in their investor presentation. Let's dive a little deeper into Tempest's earnings, okay? We have year-over-year revenue growth accelerated to 35.8% in the fourth quarter of 2024. Insane. We have accelerating revenue growth. It's not slowing down, it's accelerating. This is very important. We had gross profit growth accelerated 49.7% in the fourth quarter of 2024, led by data and services. They have $940 million in total remaining contract value and 140% net revenue retention. You know, a good one, like for example, like Snowflake is a software company. They have like around 127%, 125% net revenue retention. Tempest has 140%. So what this means is if a company is paying Tempest $1, next year on average they're spending $1.40. So 40% more. They also closed the acquisition of Ambry Genetics on February 3rd, 2025. This is huge for the future of Tempest and profitability. And like I just mentioned with guidance, they increased revenue guidance to 1.24 billion for full year 2025, and they expect positive EBITDA of approximately $5 million, an improvement of approximately $110 million over 2024. One thing also that I want to mention about Tempest earnings is this right here. I think that this is very overlooked. They announced the impact of a decision by the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services. One thing that is very, very important for the future of Tempest, it's going to allow for reimbursement for cardiac dysfunction assessments using the Tempest ECG-AF algorithm, currently paying $138 per algorithm. Now, the CEO has mentioned when they get these Medicare and Medicaid services allowing reimbursement, that is going to benefit Tempest's business tremendously. I think this is a great sign and a good step in the right direction. They're also connected to over 3,000 providers in the United States. Tempest AI is connected to so many providers and healthcare facilities, not to mention the enormous amounts of data they're collecting. You also have them signing agreements and network provider status with Blue Cross, Blue Shield of Illinois, Blue Shield of California, and Avalon Healthcare Solutions. So overall, I am extremely, extremely happy with Tempest's Q4 2024 earnings report. And I'm very excited for 2025. I remain extremely bullish on the company. Now let's get into HIM's Q4 2024 earnings. They had revenue of $1.5 billion. This is for the whole year of 2024, by the way, up 69% year over year. Insane. Net income profitable of $126 million. So it's very rare to come across a company growing as fast as Hims and Hers is at such a small market cap, under 10 billion, founder led, and profitable this early. It's a great sign to see, and I'm very proud of management. They have 2.2 million subscribers. Think about that, guys. This company at a $10 billion market cap only has 2 million subscribers, just over it. So when they broadcasted their advertisement to the Super Bowl, they broadcasted to about 200 million viewers. So they broadcasted an advertisement to over 100 times their subscriber base. Their subscribers grew up 45% year over year in 2024. And like I said earlier here, they gave the full year 2025 guidance of 2.3 to 2.4 billion and adjusted EBITDA in the range of 270 million to 320 million. As you see here, Hims is much more profitable than Tempest right now. And Tempest CEO Eric Lefkofsky mentioned on the earnings call that they're not really focused on profitability right now. Yes, they will be profitable, but they're not focused on driving up short-term profits or short-term EPS numbers. They're focusing on growth, and not just short-term growth, long-term durable growth. And that's exactly what I want to see from their management team. I want to read a quick quote here from the CEO. 2024 was a fantastic year at Hims and Hers as we continue to build a platform that leverages personalization and technology unlike any traditional healthcare system. And that is key with Hims and Hers. They're disrupting the legacy, dying, uninnovative players of healthcare. They're bringing new technology and precision medicine to the healthcare system, as well as Tempest. Another important thing here, revenue excluding our GLP-1 offering increased 43% year over year to over 1.2 billion in 2024, meeting our previous 2025 revenue target a year early. Insane execution from management. Another thing that I thought was very good from the earnings call is basically the CEO saying they're going to focus on their oral solution in the weight loss. They're not going to battle the FDA and continue to sell compounded semaglutide and start an all-out war. So I'm very happy they're taking that route. Yes, they may sell compounded semaglutide to some users under the exemption of medical needs, but for the most part, they're going to be focusing on their oral solution and bringing liraglutide to the platform later on in the year. One more thing I want to mention about Tempest earnings. An analyst asked a very important question about Olivia, their health concierge app that they just launched. And they said, hey, what is your vision for Olivia in the future and how are you going to monetize it? And what he says is, Olivia is still very new and the potential is huge. But we're going to continue to monetize it more and more and more. But right now, they're starting off with a $12 a month subscription, kind of like ChatGPT, which I think we'll start to see more and more revenue as time goes on. Another big thing from Tevis, one of the guys I like to watch on YouTube and follow on X, Hims guides for over 100% increase in weight loss revenue without GLP-1s. And you guys know firsthand how volatile and sensitive Hims is to GLP-1 news. People like to treat this company like it's just a weight loss company. And that GLP-1s is like 100% of the revenue. It's not. They're going to be growing their weight loss segment without GLP-1s by over 100%. And only 10% of the weight loss users are on GLP-1s. So what I want to see is how they're going to migrate these users to the oral solution or liraglutide later on in the year. I don't want to lose these members. Not to mention, the CEO mentioned how they have spoken to the leadership teams at Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly. So I would not be surprised to see a deal come through with either of those companies, maybe even both, which is going to overall expand the stickiness of their platform. Hims' growth is insane. Their member growth is insane. I expect bright things from the company going forward, and I'm overall very, very happy with their Q4 earnings, and I'm looking forward to 2025. So I'm very happy with both of the results from both of those companies, and my conviction remains bulletproof. I really appreciate you guys watching today's video and taking the time out of your night to tune in. Make sure you guys be safe. Join my Discord down below. There's a link in the description. Take care of yourself, guys. Buy the dips.